It's locked, all right. I cannot enter.
Get weapons ready! Snap it, Leech! Crush the Leech, boys! Die, Vermin! Hey, Leeches!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
demon! Kill it!
This poor man has just been slaughtered by a vampire. The body's still warm.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top! Christ! He's dead! Look at him! Stop! Vampire! Put an end to you! Faith, brothers!
We cannot be defeated!
Kill you!
All you deserve! God walks with me! Oh no!
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you need any help?
Rest assured, I will help you, sir. Martin Nightingale, at your service. Please, take a look at my wares.
Your merchandise. I don't really see anything worth...
None taken, sir. But please.
Let me be...
Who the...
I meant no...
And what should I...
What?
Not really.
Tell me.
Jack!
Why not try?
There's always...
There is no...
I don't feel...
Show me what you have.
know I've got something that'll strike your fancy. If not, I'll find... you something. Are you certain you're not lost, sir? You seem quite a stranger to these parts. I'll find you something.
You always ask me for advice, Jack. Why have you stopped?
Sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I come in?
I already took my medication.
I'm sorry. Your
Don't tease me like that, Jack.
I think I should...
An epidemic, you say? So,
I told...
of course.
Do you recall...
That...
What
Oh,
is...
my son is all...
Enid...
I've not seen Jack for so long. I lose track of time.
Jack takes good care.
He does indeed.
Tell me...
I know I'm a burden to my Jack.
This is not your...
Of course I don't.
I'm...
Sean Hampton, you say?
Goodbye, Miss Jenny. It's locked.
Are you certain? You're not lost, sir. You seem quite a stranger.
Yeah.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr.
Good evening, sir. My name is...
Have we met before?
No. But I just need to look...
That's quite judged.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify...
May I?
I'm killing...
As a...
Ah.
Why?
Of course I...
What?
Tell you what.
If you...
Oh?
You don't... You're right, Miss Paxton.
You tell me, Doctor...
You speak...
You better.
You lost.
Those bar...
Isn't...
A few nights...
What really happened?
I drank...
I'm look...
What is...
Well... It's locked, all right. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
A fancy...
And what about you?
You want to...
Is it...
As long as...
Are you...
Mr. Ham...
What can...
It's just that...
What?
It may be...
You...
No.
Which...
Well...
Well, I am not...
Glad to hear...
I'm looking...
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night or...
He was a...
I see.
Goodbye.
Why the long face, Doctor?
It looks like we both have changed a lot. I must confess, it saddens me, Sean.
Put your faith in the Lord, Doctor. He has a plan for all of us. We may not always see it, but he does.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us...
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it.
But you must...
No, not your scripture.
Why return?
This is my home.
Wonders never cease.
And what of you? A vampire doctor?
And what about William Bishop? He tried to take care of you.
Alas, poor William.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the Pembroke Hospital?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by your hand, nor the other incidents at Pembroke?
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman, she was one of God's creatures. I have nothing but love for all he has made.
But you were close to her.
Of course. But she was lost, separated from the fold. She did not see the hand of the divine in my blessed condition.
People have been murdered. I've seen the blood. I don't believe you can be trusted.
Have a little faith, Doctor. If you will follow, I will guide you to the light.
How do you plan to do that?
Take this key of the old sewers. The entrance is by the riverbank, south from here.
Very well. You have...
I'll be here when you return.
I know I promised you I'd make everything right.
It's hard enough to cover the docks by myself. Shadows, once the epidemic has passed.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reed, can I be...
I'm afraid your posters were destroyed.
It cost me good money to print those posters. Such a pity people don't take the vampire menace seriously.
Did you really think the posters would be useful?
See the sad saint of the East End? How a single man can help so many people? I consider myself the discreet protector of these men and women.
Tell me, Ichabod, why do you consider yourself the protector of Shornhampton Shelter?
He is a truly inspiring example. Dedicated, pious. His shelter is open to all, whoever they are. Most admirable.
Goodbye. It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
Best be on your way. Over there! There's one of them.
This could be the public house Giselle Paxton mentioned. I should investigate further.
Can't get rid of this!
Cool. Like, weak man.
Giselle's stolen money. Everyone has some unethical ways of financing their war.
This door is solid. Means someone's serious about keeping people out.
Good evening.
Doc.
You've never faced, let alone killed, a vampire Ichabod. You're a fraud.
No, I'm not. I may embellish the truth concerning my achievements, but I'm totally dedicated to my quest.
Stop fooling yourself. You've never faced a vampire before. You wouldn't stand a chance.
Well, that's not true, sir. I've already faced one of these creatures.
Oh, really? And you're still alive.
Well, we did not actually fight. I let it go.
What do you mean?
I entered the vampire's den. The stench was terrible. I was ready to kill it. But then I saw it.
Tell me about the vampire you spared.
It was... She was a...
You cared about her. That's what...
Yes?
Goodbye.
You again.
If
I knew it!
Yes, here it is.
I never thought a man like you would be kind.
Will you give the money back to your
Fuck those bastards who fight.
I know you were friends with Miss Gillingham's son, Jack. Tell me about his death.
Jack's murder has been a shock to the neighborhood. A sign that the situation is now out of control.
Why is that?
There has always been tension between the Wet Boot Boys and members of the trade union. But a murder? That's a first.
Who killed him?
No one will ever know. One thing is certain. While Jack was alive, I had one less reason to drink.
Why does that upset you so much?
I wish I had found the time and words to tell him how important he was to me before it was too late. Another failure for Giselle Paxton.
Well...
Glad to...
Lottie, tell me about the death of your mother.
Giselle killed her. Plain and simple. She killed her with her daily whims, her laziness, and her complaints.
That's quite a statement. You can't kill someone because you're fickle.
Mother was very ill. But I forgave Giselle. What I couldn't stand was how she cried at her funeral like she was the one left.
Perhaps you're...
I know that.
Giselle...
Sometimes words are harder to forgive than acts, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Miss Paxton.
every home. Every hole rapidly hiding in place. This door is solid. Need some.
I'll crush this beast! Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work here! Looks like an aristocrat! Murderous bastard!
It's locked. That doesn't work. So that's it. These wheels control the water level. That doesn't work. Gate should shut properly now.
These maggots have escaped for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally! A touch of lucidity. So learn to respect the laws of Ascalon! Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon? Neck shall snap like a hare's brittle bones, newborn. Power you cannot comprehend. Banshee, the hand that crushes all. Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these scalds. was singing your name! Found your death in me! Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon? Foolish Ekon! shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon! I am Virgil Banshee, the hand that crushes all! Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these skulls while singing your name! And thine shall be a fair skull to a power who cannot comprehend. Blood to the pissing wells! Your blood is now mine. Return to your apothecary and needles. I shall crush you. Down, stay down. Slow as a snail. I shall crush you.
It's locked, all right. At least one skull escaped Virgil's wrath. The poor creature is bleeding. He cannot be far.
drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, vampire. But thank you.
Please, who are you? I sense your sadness.
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget. And this shelter is where we live.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Egon. I'm afraid I'm not sure what's going on.
I shall not bend a knee, young Egon. But I sense your pain. Ask, and I will afford you my attention.
Why was that creature after you?
Fergal is the blunt instrument of the Ascalon Club. His masters would see us dead or turned into slaves, if they had their way.
What the hell was that thing? He wasn't an Ekon or a Scow.
They are known as Volkod, an ancient offshoot of immortals. Blood drives them, enrages them.
What of this Ascalon Club?
Vampire society's elite in the Empire. They make the rules and enforce their judgment upon us whom they see as lessers.
So is it you that Sean Hampton sent me to find?
Perhaps. The sad saint was always kind to us. He must trust you if he revealed our location.
Sean is a Scow. All those I've encountered have been violent, crazed creatures. How can he be any different?
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am Old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it. That's the proof Sean wanted me to find. I must talk to her.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you. She is fragile and may not receive you warmly.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate. Her mind is sharp as a
Thank you.
Keep your distance, Echo. We're at your mercy. Will you end us? Oh, Bridget, allow me to wander above some years back. It won't. Old Bridget says you are one to trust. Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you were from the Pembroke Hospital. The young doctor. So full of secrets.
I have so many questions I need to ask you, Harriet. If you would.
I love questions. As for the answers, you may not like them.
How do you feel?
I can't see. I can't move. My body's burning. I feel as if I'm dying over and over again.
Have you tried to eat or drink something?
People here tried to feed me, but I'm just not hungry. I don't have the strength.
Does the pain ever stop?
It is not pain I feel. It's like I can't stop feeling every inch of my body. But at the same time, each muscle and bone is the wrong place.
Your room, the blood. What brought you to fake your death in such a gruesome fashion?
To see if I would be mourned.
Why flee with Sean Hampton?
Oh, it's always a pleasure to see a saint fall to sin. But the coward still won't kill.
Do you take pleasure in causing so much pain and sorrow?
Nobody gave a damn about me. Not a tear shed. Poor Harriet. Always the discarded.
Why did you come here?
And why not? This is where I live now. Leave me be.
Will you respect old Bridget's wishes? Will you obey her?
Bridget is kind. She only needs to keep me fed and I'll be good.
So you desire to stay here?
Yes, I'm with my own kind. Birds of a feather, so to speak. Poor Harriet. Always alone.
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask. Will you answer?
Questions, questions, questions. The good doctor, always searching for answers.
Do you remember what you did after leaving the hospital? Did you kill anyone?
First, a question from me. You answer first.
Very well then. What do you want to know?
Are you like me? Are you also dead?
We are not dead, Harriet. Death no longer pertains to us. We are different.
I like what I am. I truly do. I relish the pain that courses through me.
I know you fled the hospital with Sean Hampton. Did you or Sean kill anyone in your flight? Anyone? Try and remember.
I will not lie. I wanted blood, and I wanted revenge, and Sean pulled me from it, brought me here instead. But the shadows heard my prayers. The shadows killed that bastard.
Who was that man? The one murdered in the street?
He used to be my landlord. I lived here for many years before falling ill. Oh, he was an awful man. Disgusting and cruel. So cruel.
You sought vengeance by your own hand, and someone else obliged you. Very convenient. Don't lie to me.
I don't lie. I saw him near the docks, and rightly I wished him dead. And I am happy he is. It's true. But I didn't kill him. I was too tired.
Shadows? Tell me what you saw.
The shadows, they heard me and answered. Something in the deep darkness, quick, deadly. It asked me if I wanted revenge. I answered, yes.
And these shadows, this presence, do you still hear it? Was it a vampire? Did Sean see it?
It spoke only to me, and now it is silent, but it is born of hatred. And it will kill again. And it hates you, Doctor. Oh, it hates you.
What makes you say that?
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed. It wanted to know who you were and where you went.
Questions about me? What did you say?
Nothing, Doctor. I said nothing. There was nothing it didn't already know. Oh, I'm tired now. Let me rest.
Have you found the answers you were looking for, young Ekon?
There is too much left unanswered. So many questions.
Get to know us, spend time with us, and I may be willing to answer more questions.
Your diction, your words. You do not carry yourself like most Skulls I've encountered.
True. I'm not like most Skulls.
You were once someone else. What happened to you?
It is as sad as it is long, young Ekon, but it will remain mine.
Can I be of service to you?
We ask but one thing. Reveal to no one our secrets. Do not betray us.
Why do you live here? Amongst the filth and vermin?
Live. Here we hide.
What are you hiding from?
From the guilt, the shame, from the hunters and the light. And of course, our past.
Why don't you leave the city? Hide somewhere far from the Guard of Priwen. The Ascalon Club.
We are the Sewer Skulls. This is our domain. We have run as far as we can, and now we hide.
For how long have you been in hiding here?
Skulls have been hiding under London since vampires first entered the city.
Where did you hide before the sewers?
We claimed ancient tunnels, forgotten caverns, catacombs. We are Skulls, groveling beneath the feet of our makers.
What manner of creature is Harriet? She is different from everyone else.
I really don't know. I'm not even certain she is a Skull. I've no idea as to what blood made her.
What is a Skull, in fact, in your honest opinion?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch of a noble tree. A word used to enslave us. I cannot say.
You mentioned that vampire blood has tremendous potency. You believe it to be stronger than your own?
The vampire's sweet blood. That rich, dark wine that we crave. For it made us, and it can sustain us.
I thank you for your time, madam. I must go back to Shornhampton now.
Your kindness has been ample payment, Ekon. To protect us, I'll close the access to our hideout, but you can use our shortcut to reach Mr. Hampton's shelter. Just follow the arrows.
Thank you.
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master. The vampire hunter will never find us here.
It's locked.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both Skulls and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned Skal now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am
Harriet, Miss Jones has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger Skulls, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of His divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
Let's simply agree that all are one and the same. In death, I mean.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Discoveries. Vampire blood would enhance your metabolism, perhaps even heal you. If what old Bridget says is true, I'll give you some of mine.
I'd rather not. It would be extremely awkward.
You have no choice, Sean. It's the only way to protect your cheptel, those still amongst the living.
No, Dr. Reed. God made me this way. Who am I to disobey His will?
You believe that God's plan was for you to be abandoned at birth.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
I can't imagine God intended for you to be molested by a priest in an orphanage. Drink, friend.
No.
I said kneel and drink. Now! Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game. I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street." That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there. Have you heard that bastard's become... Goodbye.
The epidemics. Everyone's throwing the blame.
There's one of them! Watch yourselves! He's dead! Watch it! It's a killer! Crush the lead! Shit! Crush the lead, boys! I'll tell you! All of your bloody leeches need killing!
Hey, Doc. You're lucky to... This place is... Consider yourself... Don't play... I'll leave. Good evening, Doctor. Do you need any... Yeah. I have... Goodbye.
Good evening.
Good evening. Do you need a... You are...
And you...
I have...
I'm all right. Waste your time with me.
As for me,
What lovely idiot.
Good evening. And good... Do you need... There... Good...
again.
Good evening, Miss Howe.
I need blood.
Do you require...
I can just...
Well...
Thank you, Doctor.
You're gonna be fine.
I'll...
I wish I could be sick again.
Disgust on
Full of
every
blood
street.
boil with fever. Time has lost its effect.
Jonathan, at last.
Don't worry, Edgar.
Is that true?
I found Harriet Jones. She's much the same old, embittered woman she was, only she's been made a Skal. Her transformation did not go well.
Incredible. Well, why not bring her here? We could learn so much by studying her condition. It would be fascinating.
I doubt that. She can barely move. Perhaps we could learn more about the degeneration of Skals.
Perhaps. But she could also belong to a new species. We know so little of the laws that dictate vampire reproduction.
Were there any studies made by your order on the subject?
Not that I'm aware of.
What do you know of the Ascalon Club?
Not as much as I would like. There have always been rumors about a secret society of vampires operating in the interests of the British Empire, though I've never met a member.
I crossed paths with one. A terrifying creature going by the name of Fergal. He was sent by the Ascalon Club to exterminate the Skals of the East End.
By the stole, Jonathan. If vampires are eliminating their own progeny, then dark times are upon us. Darker than I've ever witnessed.
Do you think Lady Ashbury would know of them?
Jonathan, our beloved lady is not one for social dalliances, nor the assemblies of dark orders. She's a woman of superior taste and selective acquaintance.
Does the name Old Bridget ring any bells?
I'd never heard of her. Why? A patient of ours? I must confess, I don't know them all.
No, it's just someone I recently met. A fascinating woman. I had thought that perhaps...
By the stole, Jonathan, you've met another vampire.
A pleasure as all.
It is good to see you again, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm better than one might expect, Lady Ashbury. Dr. Swansea has asked me to investigate the recent disturbances in the hospital, caused by Skals.
Really? What do you mean?
I discovered the most intriguing Skal. An elderly woman answering to the name...
Old Bridget. Peculiar name. I've never heard of her.
According to Old Bridget, Skals can lead a peaceful existence like us. They are even able to nourish themselves by feeding on corpses and the flesh of the dead.
How vile. Please, Jonathan, let's change the subject.
Skals of London have gone into hiding. both mortals and immortals plot their extermination.
Yes. Skulls are the orphans of the Vampire Society. They are the shame of their genitors, a disgrace to the vampire that created them.
There is something ominous closing around me, Lady Ashbury. Something spies upon me from the shadows. Something cruel and wicked.
Whatever do you mean, Jonathan?
If Sean Hampton and Harriet were not the guilty parties, then who? I saw the bodies and the blood.
Your rebirth has not gone unnoticed, Jonathan. Be extremely careful. If you get in the way of an immortal's plans...
Do you suspect someone?
I don't know, Jonathan. I steer clear of vampire politics, especially whilst hunters roam the city's streets.
Goodbye for now.
I'd step back, sir! Are you dead?
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. A lot of people are talking about this. Colossus. Perhaps I should look into it. Maybe it's time to see if this Christina is working here. Squander a bit. I'm so sorry.
Good evening.
Wang Sha.
How do you... You... Goodbye.
When science failed you, this elixir will give you faith again.
Good evening. You don't seem well.
Oh, I can walk.
A gu-
A lot of people are talking about this Colossus. Perhaps I should look into it. Maybe it's time to see if this Christina is
me?
There are many people who could use my help here.
Good evening.
Sure.
How do you...
I would...
Goodbye.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Good evening, Harry.
Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
One way or another. Please, Joe.
So,
I'm not
do you need...
Yes, I...
Goodbye.
Even my dreams are soaked with...
Good evening, Christina.
Shane.
Do you need any...
It...
Good...
Good evening,
Do you need assistance? If... Good... Good evening, Mr. Nithick. And do you need it? I'll...
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
I'm so sorry.
When science fails you,
Littering the streets. Not me. I'm not your...
Do you need...
Lee. Very...
Good...
Maybe it's time to see if this is
Ah!